Hello. Grab a beverage and settle down because we're doing a Q&A today. It's been a while since I just sat down and talked to you guys, and a lot of you guys have been asking me a lot of questions on my comments and DMs and stuff like that, and some of them I've been avoiding. So I decided to sit down, talk to you guys because, I don't keep secrets from you guys. I asked you guys on Instagram to send me questions that I've been avoiding, and today I'm gonna answer them. Let's get started. The first question is, when will you be returning to your podcast? This is a question that a lot of you guys have asked. If I'm not wrong, I haven't put up a podcast episode since March. I definitely want to come back soon. I miss podcasting. I miss talking to you guys. I've just been having kind of like a creative block on what to actually talk about. I was feeling like my episodes were getting a bit repetitive because it was based around similar things, and I made a list on my notes of things I could talk about, but I haven't gotten around to actually talking about it because I'm still like doubting whether it's interesting enough, things like that. But I definitely want to come back soon because I miss it. I loved filming podcast episodes and just ranting and talking. It was kind of like therapy for me too. So if you guys have any ideas of what you want me to talk about, that would be great. Comment it down below. I will definitely try to come back for my podcast as soon as I can. The next question is, are you gonna have an Indian wedding or a Christian wedding? So we actually have set a tentative month, kind of, not date yet because it's a bit too soon to set a date, but we're thinking Feb 2025 is what we're going to look at for doing the wedding. But we're gonna do both an Indian and a Christian just because we're both from different cultures and we want to respect both our cultures. Shane has a really big family and all of them might not be able to fly down here, and he's super close to his family, so we're gonna do one wedding over there so all his family can be there and one here. And yeah, we're just gonna celebrate both our cultures. Next question, which has been a question that I have actually really been avoiding, and a lot of people have asked me this, and 90% of the questions I got today as well were about this. What happened to Athena? So for some of you who might not know, I started a jewelry business in November called Athena Jewels, and I was just selling some intricate tarnish-free jewelry, and I was really enjoying it. It was my first attempt at starting a business, and I'd been wanting to do it for really long, and unfortunately things didn't work out quite the way I wanted it to. The first few months were really successful, way more successful than I could have imagined, but then I started having issues with my supplier around April-ish, March. I think around March is when I started having issues with my supplier, and because of these issues there was a lot of delays, and then I started losing money, and I ended up shutting it down in May, I think, if I'm not wrong. Ended up shutting down my business in May. I was really upset, really upset the first obviously month or so, and during this whole thing there's issues that were happening. There was a lot of other issues as well that was happening, and I was obviously really upset because it was my first ever attempt at starting a business, and it had been something I'd been wanting to do for so long, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. But now, because I've had a lot of time since I shut it down to think and stuff, I've actually learned a lot from it. Hopefully I will take these lessons and apply it to another business that I might want to start, or another venture that I might want to start. So it'll always be really close to my heart, and who knows, maybe if one day I feel up to it, I might restart it again, but for now it is shut. And yeah, what are your plans for the future career-wise? This kind of relates to Athena, honestly, but I am very interested in having my own business. I would love to do that one day when I feel like I'm more ready for it. So for now, there's nothing really that's in development, but hopefully in the near future I will start working on another business because that genuinely made me so happy. Next question, which was also asked a lot, is how do you and Shane manage expenses? So we split everything. We split rent, we split salaries, we split bills, everything that is related to a house or anything that we share, we split. That includes things getting an electrician to come work, or a plumber or something like that. We split everything 50-50. And then obviously if there's meals and groceries and stuff, we both of us personally aren't that bothered if he spends a little more one month on groceries than if I do. We just kind of balance it out. But overall we split everything 50-50. The next question is, why did you want to marry so early? I don't know, this is a very strange question to answer because it's not I wanted to marry early. I wanted to marry Shane, and I never thought I would be getting married early. Like, I always thought I would be like in my late 20s or like beginning 30s when I got married. But it's like when you meet someone you know you want to spend your life with, and someone that you have such a great like relationship with, and someone that makes you so happy, then I don't think there's anything wrong in taking that next step. Both of us are ready for it. And yeah, if both of us are ready, that's all that matters. So the way life is, you know, like things happen that you might not have expected when you were younger. But I'm going with the flow, and I'm very happy with everything that's happening. So the next question. Now, this is a bit of a question that I've been avoiding because this has been one of my biggest struggles over the past few months. Please talk about your weight gain journey. Now, this is a tough question because with my weight gain, it's something I'm very sensitive about. I was always super skinny, so I actually wanted to put on a little bit of weight. And when I initially started putting on weight, I was really happy because I was like, finally, after years and years of trying to put on weight, I'm finally putting on weight. Except it kept happening. It didn't stop after a certain point, and I just kept putting on weight and kept putting on weight. And now I'm at a point where I'm almost 13 kgs heavier than I was over a year and a half ago. And I'm gonna put out a trigger warning because I'm gonna talk about body dysmorphia and stuff, but that's what has happened now. I am very body dysmorphic, and I'm very insecure about my body, and I'm really not happy with the way I feel and look inside. And I've tried so many things. I eat healthy pretty much every single day. I eat healthy, I work out, and it's been really hard for me to lose weight. And I have PCOS, so I think that's a big part of why it's so hard for me to lose weight. And I also have like I take antidepressants, which are also one of the side effects of that is weight gain. And all of these things like hormones and all of these things have like led to me gaining a lot of weight, and it being really hard for me to lose that weight no matter how hard I try. So it can get very, very discouraging because I've been trying so hard to lose a little bit of weight, but it's just not happening, and instead I've only been gaining weight. And it's been a really, really, really tough thing for me to deal with, which is why I also avoid talking about it, because I get triggered very easily. And on social media, like on Instagram and YouTube, there's so many people that comment like, oh, you've gained so much weight, how did you gain weight, and things like that. And it's just like every time I see a comment, I get super triggered and have a mental breakdown about it because I hate how I feel and look right now. But having said that, I don't know, it's definitely a bit of a struggle, and I can't really help you as much because I'm on that journey myself right now of trying to accept myself. I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it, and that's pretty much all I can say. The next question is, will you be going back to college? So at the moment, I'm not going to be going back to college, but for me, it's also like a never say never, because I feel like education is one thing you can pick up at any point in your life. Like, it doesn't matter your age, and who knows, maybe right now I don't feel like I would, but maybe a few years into the future I might discover something that I really enjoy and I might want to go to school for it. And so what I would say to answer that question is, at the moment, no, but never say never. So I got a couple of questions about my earnings, so I'm gonna club a few questions together. One is, how does earning work with social media? And another one is social media your only source of income? The way I earn personally is mainly through brand deals. I would say like 80% of my earnings are through brand deals, and it's different every month because I could do 2 brand deals a month, I could do 6 a month. So I don't really have a set like amount of money that I earn every month. It's very, very like variable, depends on how many deals I do that month. YouTube also pays me money, but to be honest, in countries like India and in more third world countries, YouTube doesn't really pay a lot compared to how much someone in the US would be earning. So YouTube does pay me money every month based on, again, that also varies based on how many views I got that month, things like that. The money I get from YouTube is nowhere enough to like sustain my life. And to answer the second question, yes, social media is my only source of income right now, and hopefully if I start a business, then that would change. And that was the last question. I didn't even have my coffee because I got distracted. But yeah, it was nice just sitting down, talking to you guys, opening up to you guys, and just having a little chat. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope some of your questions might have been answered. Do drop down some ideas for my podcast or what you might want me to talk about on my podcast. And I definitely want to get back to it soon because I really miss it. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.